Princess Diana had a kind and loving heart. She was loved by many individuals born July 1st, 1961. She became Lady Diana Spencer after her father inherited the name of Earl Spencer in 1975. She has 3 siblings, Lady Sarah, Charles Spencer, and Lady Jane. She would have had a 4th older brother, but it died at birth.
She lived in Earl's Court from 1971 to 1981 and many other places like Rougemont, Seven Oaks, Geelong, and Sandringham.
She was homeschooled until the age of 9. Then she went to Riddlesworth Hall boarding school from age 9 to 12, and then West House Girls' School, but then dropped out at the age of 16. She also dropped out of Institut Alpin Vineet as she wasn't able to keep up with the rest of her classmates.
Princess Diana worked as a babysitter when she was 18 years old. She interviewed a lady named Mary Robertson to take care of her toddler Patrick. After she married Prince Charles, Mary thought they would stop keeping in touch, but they ended up sending letters for the next 16 years. In the letters, Diana always said to visit her, but Mary didn't see them as cries for help. She says, quote-unquote, that it was the happiest year of her life to babysit Patrick.
Even if Princess Diana received $5 an hour, Princess Diana worked for the love of children. Princess Diana worked 3 days a week for about 3 to 5 hours. She would always take Patrick for walks.
One day, she found a deposit slip under her couch. Mary figured out that she was Lady Diana Spencer. For 3 days, Diana would babysit Patrick, and the other 2 days she would work as a primary teacher. Princess Diana loved children and was the main reason why she worked as a part-time nanny. Princess Diana would reach out to other things people would not like to do, like making a worldwide campaign to ban landmines, changing the world's perception on HIVs and AIDS, raising awareness to leprosy, and making regular personal visits to the London Homeless Centre.
To add to those accomplishments, she even married the Prince of Wales. She became Diana, Princess of Wales on July 21st, 1981, which also became a national holiday in England. They first met on November 1977 when she was 16 years old. At the time, Prince Charles was dating her older sister, Lady Sarah. They were both guests at Country Weekend in the summer of 1980. Diana was head over toes about Charles, but Charles wasn't feeling the same about her. Queen Elizabeth II wasn't head over toes about Prince Philip either, but they both grew to love each other, and Charles thought that they too would grow to love each other, even though there was a 12-year difference with Charles being 12 years older than Diana. On June 21st, 1982, Diana and Charles had their first baby named William Arthur Philip Louis, also known as Prince William. 2 years later, they had another baby named Henry Charles Albert David, or also known as Prince Harry. There was also false speculation that Harry's father wasn't Prince Charles, but a British Army officer named James Hewitt.
After their wedding, Diana became the most photographed and talked about person. There was 1,000 and millions of pictures of her. Prince Charles got pushed aside and Diana was the center of attention.
I've come to the conclusion that really it would have been far easier to have had 2 wives. To have covered both sides of the street. And I could have walked down the middle, directing the operation.
After Diana got pregnant with her second baby, Charles was really hoping for a girl. Princess Diana had severe depression because Prince Charles wasn't listening to her or giving the love and care she needed. She was so desperate she even tried to throw herself down the stairs while 4 months pregnant with Prince Harry. Prince Charles was having none of it and said, "He said I was crying wolf. I'm not going to listen," he said. "You're always doing this to me. I'm going riding now." After Harry was born, that's when their whole marriage fell apart. Diana had a speculation that Charles was cheating on her with Camilla. Charles had been hanging out with Camilla quite a bit, and Diana was catching on. But Charles promised her that that was the last of Camilla, and Camilla later got married to Andrew Harry Parker Bowles in 1973, but later got divorced in 1995.
Mother of Princess Diana, Frances Shawn Kidd, died in a Scottish hospital at the age of 68 on June 3, 2004 because of Parkinson's disease, which makes you shake constantly and ends up breaking down your muscles, and brain cancer. Her father, John Spencer, 8th Earl Spencer, he also died at the age of 68 on March 29, 1992, because of a heart attack. Diana's family was the oldest royal family in England.
Diana was well received by the Queen. Before the marriage, the Queen was desperate for Charles to get married because Charles was already 30 years old, and the Queen was worried that Charles would not find a good wife. When Diana and Charles got married, the Queen didn't like Diana because she thought Diana didn't know what she was doing as a royal. When Diana and Charles were going to divorce, Prince Philip said he was disappointed.
Sadly, Princess Diana's life would end on August 31st, 1997, of the age of 36, from a result of a car crash. At the time, she was in Paris dating an Egyptian filmmaker named Dodi Fayed. Around 12:15, Dodi and Diana would leave in their Mercedes and would crash into the 13th pillar in the Point de l'Alme tunnel at 12:25.
The death of Princess Diana caused many broken hearts towards the royal family. Prince Harry and Prince William were filled with sorrow when they received the tragic news. The royal family relied on Diana, who made their appearance look like the perfect family. The Queen Frances was exceptionally worried about her grandchildren.
With the death of the Princess of Wales came many conspiracies about her death. The father of Dodi Fayed, Mohammed I. Fayed, launched an investigation to figure out what caused the death of Princess Diana and his son Dodi Fayed. The media believed that it was the paparazzi that were responsible because of all the bright flashing lights coming from the camera. Diana's driver, Henri Paul, may have been blinded by the lights, which ended up in him driving into a pillar. That night, the police arrested 8 photographers and they went in for questioning. There were also blood samples that were taken of Diana's driver that indicated that Harry Poe had been drinking before driving Dodi and Diana. The car was also going 120 miles per hour, which led to the very badly crushed up car. Everybody died except for Diana's bodyguard, Trevor Reeds-Jones. Dodi and Henri Paul were pronounced dead on scene, and Diana died in the hospital from cardiac arrest. Some people believe that Princess Diana was murdered by the royal family. According to this conspiracy, the royal family told Henri Paul to kill Diana. Also, this letter makes it seem even more of a real possibility. I am sitting here at my desk today in October, longing for someone to hug me and encourage me to keep strong and hold my head high. This particular phase in my life is the most dangerous. My husband is planning an accident in my car, brake failure, and also serious head injury in order to make the path clear for him to marry Tiggy. Camila is nothing but a decoy, so we all are being used by this man in every sense of the word.
Honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all other, keep thee only unto her, so long as ye both shall live.
I will.
Diana Frances, wilt thou have this man to thy wedded husband, to live together according to God's law in the holy estate of matrimony? Wilt thou love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all other, keep thee only unto him, so long as ye both shall live?
I will.
Who giveth this woman to be married to this man? I, Charles Philip Arthur George,
I, Charles Philip Arthur George,
take thee, Diana Frances,
take thee, Diana Frances,
to my wedded wife,
to my wedded wife,
to have and to hold from this day forth